I said, crime is at a level like we've never seen. It's rampant. It's rising. Okay. He interrupts me. I'm sorry, sir. Crime in this country has gone down. I said, without looking at numbers, is there anybody in this room that think that crime has gone down, has gone through the roof? And largely because of migrant crime. It's not only that. New York, you can't walk into a drugstore now. It's like you're in a prison of glass. If you want to buy aspirin, you have to wait 45 minutes for a clerk to come up and open because what's gone on. And every drugstore, I just lost one. I had a nice tenant. I just lost a tenant. I had a beautiful tenant at 40 Wall Street. I just lost a tenant. They opened a big chain drugstore. Big, beautiful chain. They opened. They were doing such great business. 40 Wall Street right across from the stock exchange. They gave me notice. They said, we're going to have to close because the shelves, the people walk in, they just take everything they want, they walk out of the store. What the hell is going on? See, we have to let the police do their job. And if they have to be extraordinarily rough. And the funny thing with all of that stuff, look at the department store, same thing. They walk into you see these guys walking out with air conditioners, with refrigerators on their back, the craziest thing. And the police aren't allowed to do their job. They're told, if you do anything, you're going to lose your pension, you're going to lose your family, your house, your car. The police want to do it. The Border Patrol wants to do it. Border Patrol, they're incredible. They want to do it. They're not allowed to do it because the liberal left won't let them do it. The liberal left wants to destroy them, and they want to destroy our country. If you had one day, like one real rough, nasty day with the drugstores as an example, where when they start walking out with, she created something in San Francisco. $950 you're allowed to steal. Anything above that, you will be prosecuted. Well, it works out that the $950 is a misnomer because you can steal whatever you want, you can go way above. But you'd see, originally you saw kids walk in with calculators. They were calculating. They didn't want to go over the $950. They're standing with calculators, adding it up. These are smart people. They're not so stupid, but they have to be taught. Now, if you had one really violent day, like a guy like Mike Kelly, put him in charge, Congressman Kelly, put him in charge for one day. Mike, would you say, he's right here, he's a great congressman. Would you say, Mike, that if you were in charge, you would say, oh, please, don't touch them. Don't touch them. Let them rob your store. Let all these stores go out of business, right? They don't pay rent. The city doesn't have it's a chain of events. It's so bad. One rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out, and it will end immediately.
All right, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopefully elect. My brother Yahweh called from the Great Millstone on Leno Camp, and this nigga is talking about a purge. The thing with Trump, man. Because either way, whoever gets in office, because we can kind of get a sense as far as both sides, both parties, of how things could play out, but nevertheless, either way, prophecy will play out regardless, and on me personally, what I could see if Trump got in office, if we got back in office, because with this, his whole thing being make America great again, which America was so-called great when Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians were in captivity, which we're still in captivity. But the good old days when, the segregation, you had the whites only, that whole ordeal, that whole type of thing. Again, when America was so-called great, and this is pretty much what Trump has in mind, but yet you got Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which we told Jake, because here it is, Trump being the racist that he is, because he don't like you Negroes, Latinos, or Native American Indians whatsoever. And when he was in office, you had Jake screaming, voting for Biden. And I remember, we told Jake, because y'all only want to get Trump out of there because, again, he's a racist, And we told Jake that, hey, y'all crying so much to get Trump out of there. Y'all voting for Biden. But Biden's going to do y'all worse. And that turned out to be the case. We told Jake, hey, y'all going to be crying for Trump to get back in there. And that turned out to be the case. But nevertheless, like I said, what I can see with Trump, again with this whole, I could see Trump. I could see Trump coming down with that great wrath, because with this whole situation with the migrant crisis, right? You know, again, this is just me in my opinion. I could see a major. I could see Trump ushering in that MOTB. You know, a lot quicker. That's just me. Because his thing is tracking, tracing. You know, getting a hold on this migrant crisis. You know, when he was in office, he talked about the whole building a wall, you know, and things like that. So with Trump, I could see a major crackdown of, you know, like I said, I could see all in all, overall, Trump really pushing that MOTB, you know, overall, you know, and here it is. This thing is pretty much talking about a purge, pretty much, you know, a day where to eliminate, reduce, get rid of crime, basically, you know, let the powers that be do what they need to do. You know, I'm gonna grab this in Revelation chapter 6. Because like I said, either way, prophecy will be fulfilled. Whoever they put up in there, whoever they select, all right. Either way, prophecy is going to be fulfilled. So, like I said, man, with this guy, I could definitely see a major crackdown. A major crackdown. You know, I can see Trump, if he got up in there, really coming down with that great wrath, man, pursuant to Revelation 12. You know. But I'm going to get this Revelation because, you know, Trump's the same guy that was talking about bringing the guillotines back and things of that nature. You know. But in Revelation 6 and 4, and there went out another horse that was red. And, you know, the horse is representative of power. All right. And this red horse, talking about Esau Edom, because when you go to his origins in Genesis, when it mentions he came out red like a hairy garment, all right, this is who this is talking about, all right, the red Hebrew Edomites. It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And you see, this is what we've been seeing again. Well, hell, you could just, like going back to these port strikes, these union strikes. The Biden administration said that they weren't going to get involved. They pretty much weren't going to do anything about it. Why is that? Because they wanted it to happen. This whole migrant crisis, they just been letting all these so-called illegal immigrants in. Why? Because they want it to happen. They want the chaos. They want chaos. You know? They want the chaos. Because that's going to usher in them bringing in the order. That's going to justify them in bringing in order. So they want the chaos. All right. So, you know, as we've been seeing from the buying up of farmlands and things of that nature, you know, if you've been paying attention over the past 4 or 5 years, just everything that's been going on is basically cutting off and taking more control of the resources, right? Basically boxing everyone into a corner, you know, or not in a corner, but basically boxing everyone into a box. And, you know, if you just the whole thing a few times. Matter of fact, let me see if there's a term for it. Bear with me. Because even with this whole so-called migrant crisis, Esau's trying to have it to where he's trying to pin Jake against one another, the northern and the southern kingdom against one another. You know, Esau he's attempting to draw make the tribes go at one another. And it's all a part of his orchestrated chaos. So bear with me. So there's no specific term for it. I thought there would be. But basically, what I'm referencing is just, when you got the black ants and the red ants, and you place them in a jar, and they live at peace with one another, But the minute the hand shakes the jar, all right, the ants, they both sides blame one another, and they go to war. They fight one another because both sides blame one another, One side perceives the other as a threat, so they go at each other's throats. And essentially, Esau, he's the hand that shakes the jar. All right, through the spirit and power on the left hand that was given to him, like it just said in Revelation 6 again and 4. It said, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Because like I said, Esau, he's trying to place everyone in basically in a corner. All right. And orchestrate all this chaos. Right. It says that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. You see, because it's all a part of his order abkeo. All right. And a part of his order abkeo in the process, eliminate as much people, peasants, because that's how Esau looks at the average, peon, the average person, as goyim, just peons, useless eaters, and the less numbers, the less people that you have, the more easier it is to control. So that's why you have all type of agendas to eliminate a lot of people, to delete a lot of people. All right. And this is a part of one of those agendas, part of Esau's agenda to eliminate people, by just letting the people go at each other's throats. There's going to be a lot of deletions, because the sword is being prepared. All right. And, once chaos breaks loose, Esau, he's going to sit back for a time and just watch. He's just going to watch for whatever afar bunker, wherever he's going to be at. He's just going to sit back and watch. All right. And there's going to come a time where he's going to come in. And again, this is where he will be justified in bringing in his order, martial law, locking things down. All right. More control. That's what it's about at the end of the day, because Esau, he has a godlike complex. So, overall, it's all about control. All right. Hell, that's what the MOTB is about. It's about control. So that was it on that. And, as time goes on, people are more and more seeing, you know, because, Esau has caused the whole world to drink of the wine of fornication, And it also talks about Esau when his enchantments, you know. But eventually you get to a point where you sober up. Eventually you drink wine, no matter how much wine you drink, eventually you sober up. Even with the enchantments, eventually you come up out of that spell. You come up out of that spell, Eventually you come to, eventually. And that's pretty much the case with the world, with the nations, the average American citizen. Everyone's starting to wake up. Everyone's starting to sober up and see, And it will get to a point where, well, it's already getting to a point. Esau's being called out on his bullshit. The scriptures say in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, right? Where you got the northern and the southern kingdom as 2 witnesses, but you have a 3rd witness. Esau, he's testifying against his own self. So Esau, he's calling his own people out. He's calling himself out. And this is why, going here now, 2 Edges 15, in verse 14, because we're living in these chapters, 2 Edges 15, 2 Edges 16. All right, we're definitely living in these chapters. 2 Edges 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see, because there's going to be a lot of unethical things going on. All right. It's going to get to a point where people are going to just take matters into their own hands. All right. They're not going to trust you. Well, matter of fact, reading on in verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And you see, being that America's police force, man, they're going to, a lot of police officers, they're going to leave. They're going to quit the force. America's military, they're not going to get the job done. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of unethical things going on, which, Americans, they're soft, they're weak, they're docile. All right. So they're not going to be up for the task. So a lot of these cats, man, they're going to, just like the scripture say, the mighty men have forborne to fight. They shall remain in their holes. A lot of these people are going to say, the hell with that. They're going to quit. They're going to end up leaving a job, to protect their own families, them and theirs, which is going to leave America even more vulnerable, which in turn, that's going to pave way for, foreign troops, which are already here. Again, going back to this whole migrant situation, right? All these sleeper cells, they've just been letting all these, so-called illegal immigrants in, which they try to blame the Northern Kingdom, because Jake is always the face of bad news. But that's all these nations are coming through those borders. All these nations have been infiltrating Babylon. It's not just Northern Kingdom, which Northern Kingdom, they're wicked too. That's not to give them a pass. All right. Most of them, But America's going to be left more vulnerable. All right. Because America's military is not going to get the job done. They're going to say the hell with that. Right. The police force, So someone's going to have to police the streets here in Babylon. And that's going to pave way for these foreign troops, which they're already here. America's been infiltrated. All right. America's been being infiltrated. So, you talk about unspeakable acts. Hey, when those troops get over here, man, when they get the green light, because again, they're already over here, but when they get that green light, boy, oh boy, ooh-wee, and this is why, like I said, the more and more we see these things, the more and more, like I just read, people are going to take matters into their own hands, especially these patriotic Edomites, these Trump supporting Edomites, these MAGA Edomite, boy, listen. All right, they're gonna take matters into their own hands, man. And I always say, man, because like the Lord said, if this was my kingdom, my service for a fight. This is not our kingdom. This is not our fight to fight. This is not our battle to fight. On the other hand, this is Esau's kingdom, so rightfully so, he should fight for his kingdom, and he's about to. Esau is going to fight for his kingdom. He's going to fight for his. You best believe that. You know. But as I've said before, dealing with these selections, all right, it could play out a number of ways. Because, like I said, for one, that's if we even have one, that's a possibility. Secondly, if because the odds are in Trump's favor, if he gets robbed again, because he got robbed before, the last elections, he definitely got robbed. But if he gets robbed again, boy, oh boy, and thirdly, hey, this guy can, he can actually get, selected in. And like I said, if he gets selected in, how I can see it playing out, man, hey, there's going to be a massive crackdown. All right. You talk about Operation Warp Speed. I can see Trump, if he gets in there, man, really pushing that MOTB, martial law. Like I said, like he said some years ago, bringing back the guillotines. I could see him through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah really forwarding prophecy, man. Which would mean hell for you Jakes. I could see him furthering or hasting Jacob's trouble. I could see it. That's just me. Because this nigga's pretty much talking about a damn purge, man. But yeah, that's all I had. Lord, one of this was edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully, let.